We are seeing excessive heat across our areas.
Right now on ABC 10 News at 4 o'clock, excessive heat sweeps across the county. It's the first day of fall. Why the next couple of months could bring some of the hottest temperatures. And the FDA could soon authorize Pfizer booster shots. Plus,
it was heartbreaking. It was. I've known Dimitri for so long, and he's one of my very first friends here.
friends mourn a well-loved man killed on his way home in North Park. Why they say he was a beacon in the community.
ABC 10 News at 4 starts now.
We have already seen record-breaking heat this week, and the hot conditions are still with us today. And we'll get to the forecast in just a bit, but first, ABC 10 News meteorologist Leah Pizzetti is joining us live from El Cajon. The temperatures there surpassed triple digits today. Leah?
Kimberly, it might be the first day of fall, but here in San Diego County, the heat continues. In fact, September and October are typically when we see some of the hottest temperatures. This is due in part to Santa Ana winds, which usually start right around now. And now that fall is here, we can look back on this summer's records and see that we did break records. Onza Borrego recorded their hottest summer temperature this year. Palomar Mountain recorded their hottest summer on record. And still, there is the potential for more heat to come.
San Diego is really interesting because some of our hottest temperatures usually actually occur in September and October. So we aren't necessarily out of the woods just because it is the fall equinox today. We're still going to be seeing very warm temperatures today, and potentially could be seeing warmer temperatures for the next few months as well.
Now, for our inland valleys, 8 of the 10 hottest summers happened in the last decade. Here in El Cajon, we are certainly feeling the heat. You walk outside and it really just hits you. Coming up at 5, we spoke to some locals who are used to this heat and they know exactly how to tackle it. Reporting live in El Cajon, Leah Pizzetti, ABC 10 News.
Thank you, Leah. And meteorologist Angelica Campos is tracking this dangerous heat. A heat advisory still in effect.
That's right, Kim. It will stay in effect until this evening, until 8 p.m. And then after tonight, the temperatures will start to improve. It's going to take a couple of days before it's back to normal. The heat advisory, including our valleys, our foothills, where temperatures once again reach the triple digits today. As we look at the current conditions, the numbers are quickly dropping, and it's actually slightly better than yesterday by only a couple of degrees, but at least we're heading in the right direction. 89 degrees right now in Ramona, Escondido, and Poway. Also 90s in El Cajon, 93 degrees where Leah is. In Alpine, 90 degrees, and also 90s in Hamul. Again, we are expecting conditions to improve. Santa Ana winds, which have been the reason behind the warm-up, are starting to turn. The winds are now becoming more westerly, and that is going to bring more comfortable conditions for the end of the week. We'll have more in the 7-day forecast.
And we'll see you then. Emergency crews rescued a hiker pinned between rocks at El Cajon Mountain in the East County. Take a look at this video. This is from Sky 10. It shows the moment that the crews hoisted the injured hiker off the rough terrain. The hiker was flown to Sharp Memorial. We are told the heat may have played a part, and we are awaiting word on the hiker's condition. Remember, you can monitor the forecast in your area anytime with the ABC 10 News mobile app. It is free in the App Store. In other news, a convicted sexually violent predator could be placed in Rancho Bernardo. The California Department of State Hospitals recommended Douglas Badger be placed at a home on Frondoso Drive. And this comes after San Diego Superior Court ordered his conditional release. The public can weigh in during a hearing in person October 29th at 9 a.m. Comments will also be accepted from September 30th to October 14th. In May, a judge ruled against placing him in a Mount Helix neighborhood after residents there protested. And you can head to 10news.com for more information on how to submit a comment. Authorities continued their search today for the boyfriend of Gabby Petito. Brian Laundrie is a person of interest in her death. Her remains were found near Wyoming's Grand Teton National Forest last weekend. Yesterday, the coroner determined the manner of death was homicide. Laundrie has avoided authorities since returning to Florida without Petito on September 1st. Authorities brought in underwater dive vehicles to help search for Laundrie, and the majority of the nature reserve where they are searching is now underwater. And now to coronavirus. The FDA could soon authorize a Pfizer booster shot for Americans 65 and older and those at higher risk of severe symptoms. A CDC advisory panel is also meeting today to discuss the rollout of booster shots. ABC 10 News anchor Mary McKenzie sorts out what could happen this week with a third dose of Pfizer's vaccine.
Sorting through the science behind the booster, a two-day meeting of the CDC's advisory panel started today, with Pfizer presenting its evidence first of the efficacy of the third shot or booster, as immunity to the virus appears to wane, manufacturers say, after 6 months, and particularly amidst the highly contagious Delta strain.
It's messy, it's ugly, but that's because there's scientific uncertainty. And when there's scientific uncertainty, we want to hear from all sides.
So cue the confusion. The important thing to remember here is that the meeting today will really shape policy on who gets boosters, how, and when in the months to come. To be clear, the role of the FDA and its advisory panel is to determine whether an additional dose can be used, whereas the expert panel advising the CDC, they weigh in on who should receive the vaccine and when. And today, we could see the go-ahead from the FDA for seniors and other high-risk individuals, which could make the shots available by the end of the week. And that's happening as Johnson & Johnson is reporting that booster shots after its one-dose vaccine dramatically increase effectiveness. Its researchers say the data were very exciting.
We were bouncing out of our chairs when we saw these data.
J&J says they show that past 6 months, there's no evidence of waning effectiveness. And also that when a second booster shot is given at 6 months, there's a significant rise in antibodies 2 months later, up to 94% effective, which is the same range as Moderna and Pfizer. Ultimately, like Pfizer and Moderna's versions, it will be up to the FDA and the CDC to decide if and how to include a second dose of J&J. But first up, as early as within the next few days, the two agencies will make their recommendations for the Pfizer third dose, when and to whom they're given. Mary McKenzie, ABC 10 News.
The U.S. will be donating more COVID vaccines across the world. President Biden announced today the U.S. is doubling its purchase of Pfizer shots. That means sharing a total of more than 1 billion doses with other countries. Now, the U.S. has already distributed nearly 160 million of those doses to more than 100 countries. The goal is to get 70% of the world's population vaccinated within the next year. While other countries are desperate for vaccine supply, some Americans are shunning the shots because of religion. The Los Angeles Police Department has thousands of employees refusing vaccine mandates, citing religious objections. The same goes for state workers in Washington and even hospital staff in Arkansas. Employers are required under the Civil Rights Act to provide the possibility of an exemption based on a sincere religious belief, unless it creates an undue hardship on the employer.
I believe our material shows very conclusively there is no valid religious reason for not taking the vaccine. You can not take the vaccine for political or cultural reasons, but there's no valid religious reason. There's no religious creed, scripture, theology. There's no major religious denomination or religious leader that validates this idea of a religious exemption.
Curtis Chang is a former evangelical pastor and Duke Divinity theologian. He says employers should have confidence in rejecting religious exemption requests because of the hardship it can create, compromising workplace safety. Now, he encourages employers to require religious exemption applications to demonstrate they have consistently refused other vaccines for religious reasons.
And this is where we really do need to draw the line and say, you know, I'm totally willing to talk to you about your hesitation, to try to persuade and convince you, to agree to disagree even. But for you to hijack my faith to justify your action here, one that actually is not legitimated by religion, and frankly, one that harms public health, is simply something that we as religious leaders cannot go along with.
Chang has been addressing the concerns of Christian evangelicals about vaccines through a series of videos on Christians and thevaccine.com. Now, everything from fetal tissue used in testing to government control and mark of the beast. In partnership with major groups, just this year, they've made headway in increasing vaccine acceptance among the faithful and non-religious. How Americans react to vaccines is a global concern.
There are parts in the global south in Africa and Asia, especially, who are also heavily Christian in their culture and in the ways that they get information. And they actually take their cues from the United States. So one of the reasons we need to combat misinformation among evangelicals in the United States is not just for the ending the pandemic here, but it's going to be important for that globally as well.
There are new efforts to get more people of color working on public health. The federal government is awarding $75 million to 10 minority universities and institutions that primarily serve Black, Hispanic, Native American, and Asian Pacific Islander students. More public health workers are needed in general, but we've learned through the pandemic that a more diverse workforce, especially in healthcare, can lead to better messaging, outcomes, and increased health equity. The money is part of the American Rescue Plan.